Hello, people, and welcome back to the Sleepy Science Lab. Tonight, we drift into the hushed realm of hibernation, a mysterious world where time slows and life nearly comes to rest. Beneath blankets of snow and layers of soil, under bark and stone, hearts quiet, and the earth itself seems to hold its breath. The surface may look frozen in silence, yet beneath that calm exterior, life carries on in secret, patiently waiting for the sun's return. Hibernation is nature's masterpiece of endurance, a delicate balance of stillness and survival. It's the science of waiting, conserving, and trusting that warmth will return once more. Frogs freeze into icy statues, only to leap back to life come spring. Bears sleep through entire seasons without food or water. Tiny mammals slow their hearts until they almost stop completely. Now, scientists are unlocking the secrets of this frozen wonder. Could hibernation protect astronauts traveling across the stars, preserve organs for medical miracles, or even slow the rhythm of aging itself? What began as a survival instinct for winter may one day shape the future of humankind. If you enjoy drifting through these quiet wonders of the natural world, consider liking, subscribing, or sharing your thoughts below. It helps other sleepy souls find their way here. But for now, take a deep breath, let your eyes grow heavy, and allow winter's hush to cradle your thoughts. Let's begin our journey. The frozen frog, life paused between heartbeats. Imagine a creature that can freeze solid, heart stopped, blood turned to ice, and still come back to life. When the chill of winter settles in, the wood frog performs one of nature's most astonishing transformations. As ice creeps through its body, the frog's heart halts completely. Its breathing ceases, every sign of life disappears. But just before this icy stillness sets in, its liver releases a flood of glucose and urea, saturating every cell. This natural antifreeze shields its delicate tissues from being torn apart by ice crystals. For months, the frog remains frozen stiff, a tiny sculpture of suspended animation. Then, when spring light returns, the ice melts in perfect order. The heart begins to beat, lungs draw in air, and within hours, the frog hops away as if it had never slept through death. No machine on Earth can yet match this perfect pause between life and death, a quiet triumph of living biology mastering the art of controlled freezing. The secret of slowing time. Hibernation doesn't just protect, it preserves. By slowing metabolism to a whisper, animals reduce the wear and tear of life itself. Every heartbeat, every chemical spark inside our cells leaves traces of damage. Oxygen keeps us alive, but also fuels unstable molecules that age and erode us over time. In hibernation, that inner storm calms almost completely. Cells shift their focus from building to repairing. Waste is cleared, oxidation slows, and proteins last longer before they must be replaced. Even the brain, resting in deep torpor, cleans itself more efficiently than during ordinary sleep. Studies reveal that animals who hibernate often live longer than similar species who don't. Their bodies age in slow motion, preserved by the chemistry of stillness. Each winter becomes not just a pause, but a quiet renewal. Sometimes, the best way to survive time is simply to let it pass more slowly. The bear's miracle of strength. While humans lose muscle after mere weeks of inactivity, bears can lie still for months and emerge strong. Inside their dens, heartbeats drop to a few per minute, and breathing becomes nearly imperceptible. Yet somehow, their bodies resist decay. Bears recycle nitrogen from waste and convert it into new protein, keeping their muscles nourished even without food. Special hormones maintain bone density, while subtle tremors keep blood flowing gently through every limb. When spring light finally reaches the den, the bear arises, steady, powerful, unbroken. This natural feat of endurance may one day help doctors protect patients from muscle loss during long recoveries or even space travel. Bats, masters of the pause. Few creatures balance life and stillness as perfectly as bats. During flight, their hearts race faster than almost any mammal their size. But in winter's chill, their bodies enter deep torpor, heartbeats slowing to almost none, body temperature falling to match the cold stone around them. Every so often, they stir, warming themselves just enough to check the world, then drift back into their tranquil limbo. They survive not through strength or speed, but through exquisite control. The bat reminds us that endurance is not always movement. Sometimes it is the wisdom to be still. The Arctic ground squirrel, colder than ice. High in the tundra, where the air itself seems to crackle, the Arctic ground squirrel performs a miracle of physics and life. It lets its body temperature drop below freezing, colder than ice, yet remains alive. Deep underground, it curls tightly, as special proteins and sugars protect its cells from crystallizing. Its heartbeat slows to almost nothing, but deep within, the spark of life endures. Every few weeks, it briefly warms itself before slipping once more into frozen stillness, a rhythm of survival that defies death itself. Scientists study these squirrels as living keys to cryopreservation, proof that the line between frozen and alive is thinner than we ever imagined. The painted turtle, breathing without breath. Across frozen ponds, painted turtles spend entire winters buried beneath ice, alive yet not breathing. Deprived of oxygen, their bodies switch to chemical reactions that generate energy without air. This process creates acid that could destroy their tissues, but their shells absorb and neutralize it, acting like built-in filters. Their hearts beat only once or twice per minute, nerves fall silent, and life slows to near stillness. When spring arrives, they awaken within hours, unharmed and alive. Their quiet chemistry reveals nature's ultimate secret, that even without breath, life finds a way to wait. From winter dens to deep space. Today, scientists are studying torpor, the state of slowed life, to protect astronauts traveling across the vast emptiness of space. Spaceflight pushes human endurance to its limits. Food, oxygen, and radiation pose constant threats. Hibernation could offer a solution to all three. By mimicking animal hibernation, researchers are learning how to safely reduce human metabolism. A person in torpor would need fewer resources and suffer less cellular damage from radiation. Early experiments already show promise. Mammals can be induced into hibernation through controlled cooling and precise brain stimulation.
NASA is now turning the dream of hibernation into a real possibility for space exploration. Imagine astronauts journeying toward Mars, their bodies gently cooled, heartbeats slowed, oxygen use reduced to a whisper, sleeping peacefully while machines guide the ship through the dark. It's a vision where the ancient science of survival on Earth could one day carry us safely among the stars. A perfect reboot of life's defenses. Hibernation does more than conserve energy. It performs a miraculous reset of the immune system. Most living creatures depend on a constant stream of immune activity to fend off danger. Yet hibernators do the unthinkable. They switch it off completely and restart it without a trace of harm. As temperatures fall, white blood cells vanish from circulation, retreating into deep storage within organs. Inflammation quiets. The immune system falls into a near-silent state, saving precious energy for survival. Then, with the first warmth of spring, everything restarts in flawless order. No confusion, no lingering infection, just a clean, reboot of the body's defenses. Scientists believe this precise on-off control could revolutionize medicine, allowing us to preserve organs longer, calm autoimmune disorders, or even heal without inflammation. By studying how hibernators rest their immunity, we may one day learn how to let the human body heal in the still, intelligent rhythm of winter itself. The dormouse, the true sleeper of seasons. For more than half the year, the dormouse sleeps beneath the earth, in hidden burrows. During the warm months, it feeds tirelessly, building fat reserves like tiny treasure stores. When cold winds return, the dormouse retreats underground, curling into a nest of moss and leaves. Its heart slows to a faint rhythm, breathing almost ceases, and its temperature sinks to match the soil around it. For 6 months or more, it remains perfectly still, untouched by storms, hunger, or predators. When spring finally whispers through the roots above, the dormouse awakens, not weak, but ready. Its secret is simple and profound. It survives not by fighting the seasons, but by flowing with them. The hummingbird, a heart that learns to rest. As dusk cools the air, the hummingbird faces a nightly dilemma. Its tiny engine burns so hot that even a few cold hours could exhaust every drop of energy it gained that day. Its solution is elegant: torpor, a nightly mini hibernation. Perched on a slender twig, it loosens its grip into a natural lock so it won't fall. Its body temperature plunges by more than 20 degrees, and its heartbeat, which was once a frantic blur, slows to a gentle pulse. Breathing lengthens into calm intervals. Just before dawn, a pocket of brown fat ignites like a furnace near its shoulders, sending warmth surging back through its body. Within moments, it stirs, shivers, and bursts into the morning air, a spark reignited by sunlight. Each night, the hummingbird performs a quiet miracle: survival through surrender. The strength of stillness. A long season without movement should waste the body away. Yet true hibernators lose almost no muscle, no strength, no vitality, as if time itself pauses for them. Inside their bodies, a delicate balancing act unfolds. Instead of discarding nitrogen through waste, it's recycled to create new amino acids. Enzymes that break down protein are silenced, while those that rebuild remain gently active. Microscopic tremors keep blood flowing, delivering just enough nutrients to maintain every fiber. Even mitochondria, the power plants of cells, adapt, becoming more efficient at low oxygen and cold temperatures. Studies of bears and ground squirrels reveal muscles still strong, intact, and ready after months of stillness. Nature's message is clear: weakness is not inevitable. Life already holds the blueprint for preserving strength through rest, a harmony of biology, balance, and patience. The desert toad, waiting for rain. In sun-scorched deserts, where survival is written in drought and dust, patience becomes a superpower. The spade-foot toad and its kin burrow deep beneath the soil as the heat rises. There they seal themselves within layers of shed skin, a waterproof cocoon that locks in every drop of moisture. Their hearts slow to a faint beat, and their bodies live off stored fat, measured not by days, but by years. When thunder finally rolls across the cracked ground, they awaken almost instantly, clawing upward toward the sound of rain. Within hours, the desert erupts with life as they breed, filling new ponds with eggs before the sun can reclaim them. This is hibernation shaped by heat instead of cold, a reminder that torpor is not just a winter story, but a universal language of endurance, spoken fluently by deserts around the world. The sleeping brain, silent yet aware. During torpor, even the brain retreats into stillness, yet never fully sleeps. Large waves of neural activity fade, and countless connections between brain cells temporarily disconnect to save energy. Neurotransmitters drop to minimal levels, creating an almost complete silence. But a few vital circuits remain alert, sensitive to danger, the scent of a predator, a rise in carbon dioxide, or a sudden vibration in the earth. This selective awareness allows hibernators to stay safe without fully waking. When danger nears, a cascade of reactions reignites the brain, restoring warmth and awareness in precise order. Memory endures because proteins stabilize the synapses, guiding them to reconnect perfectly when the animal awakens. The brain, it turns out, can dim nearly to darkness, but always leaves a tiny pilot light burning, ready to relight consciousness in a heartbeat. The bumblebee queen, the last sleeper of summer. When summer fades, every bee in the colony dies, except one. A newly mated queen digs into the cold earth, tucks her legs beneath her body, and enters deep torpor. Stored sugars and fats sustain her, while her spiracles, tiny breathing holes, close tightly to conserve moisture. Above her, frost stiffens the ground and predators pass by. She remains perfectly still, waiting. When the first rays of spring touch the soil, she awakens, crawls into the weak sunlight, and begins anew. She finds an abandoned mouse hole or a hollow in the ground, warms her wings, and lays her first eggs, the beginning of an entire new colony. From that single heartbeat beneath the frost, an entire world of bees will rise again. Her patience bridges the gap between death and life, one quiet queen carrying a species through the winter. Life born in sleep, the bear's hidden miracle. Perhaps the most extraordinary secret of hibernation belongs to the bear. Deep inside her den, sealed away by snow, a mother bear gives birth, all while still in torpor. Her body redirects stored fat to produce rich milk, nourishing her young without needing food or water. The warmth of her body and the insulation of the den keep the cubs safe, even as the world outside lies frozen. Weeks later, when the snow begins to melt, she stirs, her cubs now strong and ready to follow her into the light. This pairing of dormancy and birth is nature's most delicate equation, conserving every ounce of energy, yet creating new life. Through stillness, she gives life, proving that even in the heart of winter, nature never truly sleeps. Toward the future, human hibernation. As scientists study these astounding feats, one idea glows with promise: artificial torpor. By inducing a controlled state of hibernation, astronauts might endure years-long space journeys while protected from radiation and resource loss. Slower cells mean fewer mutations, fewer risks, and a body preserved in time. What began as an adaptation for cold survival may soon become the very key that allows humanity to cross the cosmic void, not through power or speed, but through the
Beyond Earth's protective magnetic shield, radiation becomes a relentless threat. High-speed particles tear through tissues and can shatter DNA strands. To survive such exposure, scientists are exploring an unexpected idea: slowing the body itself.
By entering a state of deep rest or induced torpor, vital biological processes could occur less often, giving the body's repair systems more time to work. In laboratory experiments, this controlled stillness has been shown to reduce oxidative stress and calm inflammatory reactions, both of which can intensify radiation damage when unchecked. Cooling the body and lowering metabolism might also make space habitats lighter and more efficient, leaving more room for protective shielding where it matters most. Engineers now imagine spacecraft that guide astronauts through safe cycles of torpor and wakefulness, syncing periods of deep rest with dangerous solar storms. Though the journey from animal experiments to human application is still unfolding, the concept is elegant. Sometimes survival in space may depend not on action, but on learning when to be still. Not all fat in the body serves the same purpose. Some animals store a special kind of fat, brown adipose tissue, that acts as a biological heater. Packed with mitochondria and a unique protein, this tissue releases energy directly as warmth rather than storing it as fuel. Hibernating creatures carefully build this tissue around the spine, neck, and shoulders, where heat can quickly reach the heart and brain when they wake. When it's time to rouse from slumber, hormones ignite these tiny furnaces, flooding the body with heat. No shivering required, and with minimal oxygen use. It's a perfect design for moments when both warmth and air are scarce. Even newborn mammals possess brown fat to help bridge those first fragile hours after birth. Evolution's blueprint is brilliant. Store energy long-term as white fat and keep brown fat as your instant spark of life. Hibernation itself isn't a single invention, it's a recurring masterpiece. Evolution has rediscovered this trick time and again across frogs, insects, fish, and mammals. Each lineage has crafted its own version. Amphibians rely on sugar-based antifreeze. Mammals use precise hormonal control. And insects pause development entirely through diapause. The shared theme is balance, the ability to slow life's demands when resources disappear, then restart gracefully when abundance returns. This remarkable pattern shows that nature values patience as deeply as speed. To pause can be just as powerful as to move. Among primates, only one species truly hibernates, the fat-tailed dwarf lemur of Madagascar. As the dry season approaches, these tiny lemurs gorge on fruit until their tails swell with stored fat. Then they retreat into hollow trees, where their heart rates drop from over 100 beats per minute to barely 6, and their breathing pauses for minutes at a time. Their body temperature falls in rhythm with the surrounding air, and for nearly 7 months, they survive entirely on their own reserves, stirring only briefly before slipping back into stillness. This discovery rewrote what scientists thought possible for primates, and even hinted that ancient human ancestors might once have shared this hidden talent. It's a powerful reminder that deep rest and higher consciousness are not opposites. They may in fact complement each other. Hibernation also brings an astonishing bonus. Pain disappears. As the body cools and the heartbeat slows, the nervous system changes how it sends pain signals. Receptors grow quiet, inflammation fades, and even serious injuries may pass unnoticed. Ground squirrels in deep torpor have shown almost no reaction to wounds during their sleep. By silencing pain, the body conserves precious energy, focusing entirely on repair and survival. If humans could replicate this natural anesthesia to ease pain without losing awareness, it could transform surgery and trauma care. Rest and recover might one day take on a literal, life-saving meaning. In the frozen north, garter snakes show another face of survival. community. Alone, they would freeze. Together, they thrive. As winter tightens its grip, thousands of snakes slither into ancient limestone crevices deep enough to stay above freezing. They coil tightly in layers, breathing slowly, sharing warmth in the dark. For months, their metabolisms drop so low that each breath can last several minutes. When the first light of spring filters through the rocks, the mass awakens, a shimmering wave of scales rustling softly like leaves. They emerge in unison to feed and mate, a striking reminder that even cold-blooded creatures depend on connection. Life in the cold demands more than endurance, it demands reinvention. Some species have evolved enzymes that work best at freezing temperatures. These cold-active enzymes remain flexible and active even when others would seize up. Arctic fish use them to keep digestion running below zero, while bacteria in permafrost rely on them to recycle frozen nutrients. Studying these enzymes has opened doors to eco-friendly technologies, industrial processes that operate efficiently without heat, saving energy and cutting waste. Life, it seems, doesn't merely endure the cold, it thrives by mastering it. Even painted turtles, trapped under ice for months, have their own remarkable survival plan. When oxygen vanishes, they switch to anaerobic metabolism, burning stored sugars without air. The process releases lactic acid, a deadly toxin, in most animals, but the turtle's shell acts as a natural buffer, absorbing and neutralizing it. When the ice finally melts and sunlight returns, they awaken, breathe deeply, and release the built-up carbon dioxide.
Proof that survival can depend as much on chemistry as endurance lies all around us. Even a simple shell can serve as both armor and life support. Deep in the brain sits a small but powerful timekeeper, the pineal gland. This ancient organ reads the language of light. As daylight shortens, it releases melatonin in longer nightly bursts, quietly signaling that winter is near. Acting as nature's calendar, melatonin orchestrates the body's seasonal shift, slowing metabolism, altering appetite, and transforming white fat into the brown kind that generates gentle heat. In some species, the pineal gland even communicates with genes that reshape circadian rhythms, turning daily cycles into seasonal ones. But when light patterns are disrupted by artificial illumination or shifting environments, these rhythms can falter. Hibernation may be delayed or confused. This delicate sensitivity links the ancient instinct for survival to the oldest rhythm on Earth, the dance of day and night. Every sunrise and sunset carries a message, and the pineal gland is its translator, whispering when to wake, when to sleep, and when to simply wait. Animals that embrace deep rest often enjoy more than survival. They gain time itself. Long sleepers tend to live longer. Studies show that creatures entering torpor or hibernation regularly experience extended lifespans, thanks to reduced metabolic stress. Each pause gives the body a chance to repair rather than wear down. Oxygen use drops, free radicals fall, and DNA repair enzymes finally work without interruption. Even telomeres, the tiny caps at the ends of chromosomes, erode more slowly in hibernators than in their constantly active relatives. In essence, stillness becomes a strategy for longevity. Nature's lesson is profound. Slowing down preserves not only life, but its quality. Time doesn't just move in motion, it gathers in stillness. Perhaps the longest-lived creatures on Earth owe their years not to power or speed, but to the quiet art of measured rest. Ancient fossils tell us this story stretches back eons. In the rock layers of South Africa's Karoo Basin, paleontologists have uncovered coiled skeletons sealed inside ancient burrows. Their posture,
Tucked limbs, curled tails, resting heads suggest deep dormancy. Chemical traces in the surrounding soil confirm it. These reptiles sealed themselves underground during droughts or cold seasons, waiting for better days. Their modern descendants, like certain lizards and crocodiles, still use similar tactics, proof that hibernation-like behavior runs deep in evolutionary time. More than 200 million years ago, even as dinosaurs were just beginning to appear, some creatures had already mastered the art of sleeping through hardship. Hibernation is not a modern trick, it's an ancient rhythm, older than mammals, older than flowers, etched into the very bones of Earth's history. And one day, it may carry us to the stars. The dream of cryogenic sleep, the idea that humans could slumber through long space voyages, remains science fiction for now, but each new discovery about torpor brings it closer to reality. If metabolism could be safely slowed for weeks, months, or even years, humans could journey across interplanetary distances without constant food or life support. Researchers have already induced short hibernation-like states in laboratory animals, observing remarkable protection against injury. The challenge now is precision, scaling this process safely for humans without harming organs or the mind. Space agencies envision cryosleep pods that gently lower body temperature and metabolic rate under careful control, automatically waking crew members at intervals for checks. Beyond exploration, the same technology could revolutionize medicine, allowing doctors to stabilize critical patients, preserve organs, or even pause biological time between treatments. It blurs the boundary between sleep and survival, creating something entirely new, a pause long enough to cross the gulf between worlds. Every spring, Earth itself awakens from its slumber. Beneath melting snow, frogs thaw from icy tombs. Insects break open their soil chambers. Mammals stretch awake under the pale dawn light. Even microbes stir in the warming earth, reawakening the chemistry that will feed roots and leaves. Rivers swell with nutrients, and the first shoots of green rise to meet the sun. This grand awakening isn't a single event, but a traveling wave that sweeps north with the returning warmth. By midsummer, it reaches the Arctic, completing a global circuit of rebirth. Billions of tiny resurrections, each one a heartbeat returning to motion, merge into one planetary rhythm. Hibernation ends not with a single creature's yawn, but with the Earth itself taking a deep, collective breath. As autumn fades, hedgehogs quietly disappear beneath layers of leaves and moss. They curl into tight balls, their spines turned outward like shields and their noses tucked close to their bellies. Inside their nests, body temperatures fall until they nearly match the air around them. Heartbeats slow to only a few per minute. Breathing becomes shallow, a whisper of life that barely stirs the air. For months they remain like this, sustained by stored fat, their metabolism pared down to the bare minimum. On warmer nights, they stir, rebuild their nests, and slip back into stillness. When spring sunlight melts the frost, their hearts quicken, their eyes blink open, and they step into the world as if winter had never been. Inside these hibernating bodies, nature performs miracles of efficiency. Nothing is wasted. Fat fuels the body, but nitrogen, normally lost through urine, is recycled. Specialized gut microbes break down urea, feeding its nitrogen back into the bloodstream to build new proteins and repair tissues. Muscles stay strong, organs remain intact, and toxins never build up. When the creature finally wakes, its body resets effortlessly, cleansed and balanced, having eaten nothing yet lost nothing more than fat. It's a feat of biological engineering that medicine still struggles to replicate. Even bears, lying motionless for half a year, emerge with their strength intact. Unlike humans, whose bones weaken quickly from inactivity or zero gravity, bears maintain perfect skeletal balance. The cells that break down bone nearly stop, while the cells that rebuild continue working at a slow, steady pace. Calcium cycles endlessly between blood and bone, never wasted. Their marrow still produces fresh blood cells, their hormones fine-tune mineral balance, and when they rise from hibernation, their powerful legs carry them effortlessly back into the wild.
Scientists believe that the secrets of hibernation may one day help humans fight conditions like osteoporosis, especially in people confined to long recovery periods or living in weightless environments, such as astronauts. But for the bear, this isn't science, it's survival. In the quiet and darkness of its den, the bear's body is far from idle. Hidden beneath layers of snow, it's not decaying, it's rebuilding. Every cell works slowly, maintaining strength through the stillness of winter. As metabolism drops nearly to zero, time itself begins to warp. Inside deep torpor, the sense of time dissolves. Brain activity slows so drastically that moments stretch endlessly, and the usual rhythm of life fades away. A single day might pass with just a few heartbeats and shallow breaths. The boundary between sleep and death grows razor thin. Yet consciousness doesn't vanish, it simply softens. When spring comes, the animal awakens as if from a single blink. To it, the dark months were never endured. They were skipped, folded neatly into one long moment of stillness. Some researchers call hibernation the closest thing to suspended animation in nature. Others see it as proof that biology can rewrite time, slowing it until life nearly disappears. And while the world outside changes completely, the sleeper experiences no passage of time at all, just the heartbeat between dreams. Deep beneath ancient Arctic soils, microbes frozen for tens of thousands of years tell a similar story. Locked in permafrost older than civilization, these tiny organisms have survived unimaginable stretches of time. When carefully thawed in laboratories, they awaken, moving, feeding, dividing, as if the ages never passed. Their survival depends on biochemical miracles, molecules that shield DNA from ice damage, and enzymes that repair what radiation or frost has broken. Some of these microbes have revived after 30,000 years of deep freeze, forcing scientists to rethink what it means to be alive. If life on Earth can pause for millennia, could it also endure beneath the icy crusts of other worlds? Each drop of thawed permafrost whispers a message from deep time. Life's greatest power is its refusal to fade. Before an animal descends into torpor, its blood transforms in extraordinary ways. Sugar levels rise to protect cells from the cold, salt concentrations shift, and proteins reorganize to prevent clotting or dehydration. Even oxygen binds differently to hemoglobin, ensuring that tissues receive just enough to survive. Fatty acids realign so blood stays fluid at freezing temperatures, while the immune system powers down to conserve energy. The result is a bloodstream redesigned for survival, a quiet miracle of chemistry that sustains life on the edge of stillness. When spring warmth returns, this process reverses perfectly. The blood reawakens, clotting resumes, and the heart quickens without shock. Calling this adaptation hardly does it justice. It's a metamorphosis within a single body, one that repeats flawlessly for decades. But nature's frozen magic doesn't stop with bears. Some frogs literally freeze solid during winter, and yet they live. As temperatures plummet, their hearts stop, lungs cease breathing, and ice fills their bodies. Still, they do not die. Before freezing,
Their livers flood the bloodstream with glucose and urea, natural antifreeze that prevents ice from forming inside vital cells. Only the spaces between cells crystallize, keeping organs intact. When spring sunlight returns, the ice melts, their hearts restart, and within hours, they hop away as if nothing happened. This incredible survival trick has inspired scientists studying organ preservation and cryonics. Yet no human technology has matched the perfection of a frog that can die, thaw, and live again. Imagine what this could mean for medicine. If we could safely induce controlled torpor in humans, doctors could slow metabolism during trauma or cardiac arrest, buying time to save lives. Experiments with animals show it's possible, gently cooling the body and using chemical triggers to mimic hibernation signals can preserve brain and heart tissue through extreme oxygen loss. One day, emergency rooms might use this technique to place critical patients in suspended animation, preserved long enough for doctors to repair the damage. What was once pure science fiction may soon become reality, all inspired by nature's timeless example. In winter caves filled with bats, torpor takes on a collective rhythm. When one slows its heartbeat, others follow, and soon hundreds hang motionless together, their combined warmth forming a delicate bubble of air just above freezing. Their heartbeats echo each other, an orchestra of stillness synchronized for survival. When spring breezes seep into the cave, the change ripples through them once again. One stirs, then another, until the whole colony awakens in waves, shaking frost from their wings. This group torpor isn't more than a coincidence. It's a shared act of endurance, proof that even in rest, life can move in perfect unison. Every year, nature itself joins this cycle of pause and renewal. Rivers slow, forests fall silent, and animals retreat into their hidden sanctuaries. What looks like death is actually preparation. Beneath the snow, the planet's quiet machinery hums, roots repairing, water gathering, air clearing. And then, with the returning sun, the silence breaks. Frozen ponds stir, soil breathes again, and the world erupts in green and song. Hibernation isn't the absence of life, it's its pulse, a rhythm that prevents chaos from burning out the world too soon. Rest, wait, rise, repeat. That is the ancient heartbeat of Earth, the reason spring feels like resurrection, not routine. Stillness is not the opposite of life. It's how life regathers strength to begin again. And even the echidna, wandering the rocky hills of southern Australia, lives by this rhythm. Throughout the cold months, it drifts in and out of torpor, not fully asleep, not entirely awake. Its body temperature falls close to the ground's, its heartbeat slowing until the pauses between beats last seconds. When a few days of sunlight return, the echidna stirs, forages for ants, then slips back into stillness as the cold deepens again. This cycle can last for months, a delicate balance between wakefulness and rest that conserves precious energy while staying alert to opportunity. Sometimes even males wake briefly to mate during warm spells before returning to their gentle slumber. A reminder that even in the quietest corners of the world, life never truly stops. It only pauses to gather strength for the next awakening.
The echidna's flexible rhythm reveals that survival isn't always about surrendering completely to the season. It can be a graceful dance between motion and pause. Hibernating animals don't just sleep through winter, they also seem to pause time itself. Studies show that hibernators age more slowly than their constantly active relatives. When the body's machinery slows, the wear and tear of daily metabolism
nearly stops. Oxygen demand plummets, harmful free radicals fade, and DNA repair systems finally catch up, mending the tiny cracks that ordinary life creates. Over a lifetime, this means fewer damaged molecules, fewer genetic errors, and a longer, healthier existence. Ground squirrels, bats, and other hibernators often outlive their active cousins. Even their mitochondria, the power plants of cells, produce less waste heat and fewer toxic byproducts. The protective ends of chromosomes, called telomeres, erode more slowly, effectively turning back the clock of aging. It's not magic, it's balance. Life extended by restraint. To sleep through hardship is to step outside the relentless grind of survival, proving that sometimes the greatest act of endurance is to slow down. Even parasites living inside hibernating hosts have learned this patience. When their host, be it a squirrel, a bat, or a bear, slips into torpor, they follow. Microscopic companions like worms and protozoa suspend their own activity, halting feeding and reproduction until spring returns. If they didn't, their hunger might harm or even kill the host, dooming themselves in the process. Some protect themselves with special coatings to survive the cold. Others simply respond to their host's lowered temperature, entering dormancy in sync. When the animal awakens and its blood begins to flow again, the parasites stir to life as well, resuming an ancient cycle of coexistence built on patience and balance. Even life that lives upon life understands when it's wiser to wait. Inside the hibernator's chest, the heart itself transforms. When it slows to only a few beats per minute, its rhythm must completely reorganize to survive. Electrical signals stretch apart, and each contraction becomes long and deliberate. Every beat pushes more blood per stroke, compensating for the slower pace. Ion channels in the heart cells shift their priorities, favoring stability over speed to keep each movement steady. The blood thickens slightly, flowing like liquid silk without clotting. On a monitor, the heartbeat flattens into soft, elegant waves, echoing the stillness of sleep. And when spring warmth returns, the heart accelerates seamlessly. No strain, no chaos. It's a system designed for motion that has mastered the art of rest. Proof that even the strongest engine in the body can speak the language of silence. Far to the north, another miracle unfolds beneath the ice. Arctic fish glide through waters colder than the freezing point of pure water, yet their blood never turns to ice. Hidden within it are antifreeze proteins, microscopic guardians that bind to tiny ice crystals, stopping them from growing. This evolutionary masterpiece, refined over millions of years, allows these fish to hunt and reproduce in seas that would freeze most creatures solid. Inspired by them, scientists have used similar proteins to preserve frozen foods, protect organs, and even create frost-resistant crops. But no human design yet matches the perfection of nature's chemistry. Fish whose veins carry liquid life through liquid ice. Every discovery about hibernation brings us closer to understanding the science of suspended animation. In laboratories, researchers have already cooled small mammals into deep torpor using special gases and metabolic cues. When they awaken, their organs are unharmed, their memories intact. The possibilities are staggering. If humans could one day safely enter controlled torpor, trauma patients could be stabilized during long surgeries or transported across great distances without harm. Astronauts might travel between planets using only a fraction of the food and oxygen needed when awake. The challenge lies in restarting the body, warming it gently, reviving every system in perfect order. Nature has mastered this cycle countless times. We are only beginning to follow its blueprint. Not every hibernator, however, sleeps through the entire winter. Chipmunks and certain mice have their own strategy. Before the cold arrives, they stash away seeds, nuts, and berries in hidden underground chambers. Through the winter, they alternate between long stretches of deep sleep and brief awakenings. When they rise, it's just long enough to eat, drink, and check their stores, removing spoiled food before returning to rest. These short awakenings are acts of quiet wisdom, ensuring survival through even the longest, harshest winters. Their sleep is not endless. It's strategic, balancing rest with readiness. Even more astonishingly, research has shown that deep torpor might hold the power to suppress cancer growth. When an animal enters this profound stillness, nearly all biological activity halts, including the harmful kind. Tumor cells, deprived of oxygen and energy, stop dividing, while healthy cells enter a protective mode that resists damage. Experiments replicating torpor-like conditions in animals have revealed reduced inflammation, slower tumor progression, and fewer mutations. The cold gives the body time to repair, heal, and defend itself. If scientists can harness this process, doctors may one day use controlled torpor to pause disease in humans. A radical idea, but one that mirrors what nature has quietly proven for millions of years. Sometimes rest is the most powerful form of defense. And when the time for awakening comes, the first signal is not sight or sound, it's smell. For creatures sleeping beneath the earth, the faint fragrance of thawing soil is the whisper of spring's return. As frost melts, microbes awaken, releasing delicate chemical scents that drift through the ground. Hibernators detect these signals through specialized receptors, triggering hormonal changes that stir their bodies back to life. Gradually, their hearts quicken, blood warms, and muscles regain strength. By the time they emerge into daylight, they are not merely reacting to temperature, they are answering nature's invisible invitation. The scent of rich, damp earth acts as the planet's quiet alarm clock, a reminder that the world above is ready once again. Every winter, countless creatures teach us the same quiet lesson. Survival isn't always about struggle. It's about stillness. Strength is not measured by how fiercely we move, but how wisely we wait.
In the stillness of hibernation, life retreats into silence, but not into death. These creatures slow their hearts, conserve every drop of energy, and wait as the frozen world around them heals and renews itself. Their restraint keeps entire ecosystems in balance, ensuring that the great rhythm of rest and rebirth continues unbroken. When they finally awaken, light has returned, food has regrown, and the land is ready once again to breathe. In their patience lies a quiet quiet wisdom, a lesson for us all. Endurance isn't always about pushing harder. Sometimes, true survival means learning to wait, to trust that even the darkest seasons will eventually give way to spring. The earth continues to turn while they sleep, yet their stillness shapes its rhythm. Hibernation isn't an escape, it's harmony, a living reminder that in the grand design of life, even waiting serves a purpose. High in the sun-bleached cliffs of North America lives a bird that defies the skies themselves, the common poorwill, the only bird known to hibernate for months. When winter silences the insects it feeds on, the poorwill slips into the shadows of rock crevices and lets its body cool until it nearly matches the surrounding stone. Its heart slows to a whisper, its breath nearly vanishes, and for weeks, even months, it remains motionless, feathers dusted with sand. Then, when warmth returns, it stirs from its trance, stretches its wings, and glides effortlessly back into the dawn. Early naturalists once believed these birds vanished each winter, unaware that they had simply chosen to pause. The poorwill's secret changed how science understood avian endurance, proof that even a creature built for flight can master the art of stillness. Hibernation, too, allows months without food, yet without weakness. Most creatures would waste away from starvation, but hibernators rewrite this rule. Inside their bodies, chemistry turns into precision engineering. Fat becomes fuel, while proteins, vitamins, and minerals are recycled with almost mathematical balance. Even nitrogen, normally lost through waste, is reclaimed and transformed into new amino acids. This closed-loop system prevents the muscle loss and organ damage that fasting would usually cause. When spring arrives, bears, bats, and ground squirrels awaken lean but strong, their bodies preserved as if time itself had stood still. Scientists now study this remarkable efficiency, hoping to apply it to human medicine, to preserve muscle mass during long hospital stays or even during space missions. Hibernation isn't starvation, it's energy mastery, a seasonal economy of survival where every molecule counts. In frozen ponds across the world, amphibians awaken with extraordinary care. When spring sunlight begins to warm the ice, frogs and salamanders must thaw slowly or risk death. If water rushed into their cells too quickly, it would rupture them. Instead, chemistry orchestrates a delicate awakening. Sugars and alcohols stored in their tissues act as natural antifreeze, stabilizing their bodies as the ice softens. Blood begins to flow again, first sluggishly, then in rhythm. The heart stutters back to life, the lungs follow, and within hours, stiff bodies flex and swim upward through slush toward the surface. It's a resurrection performed with surgical precision, a biological ballet between frost and flame, proving that even frozen life can bend but never break. Inside every hibernator, entire ecosystems shift to match the season of silence. Gut bacteria that normally feast on plants would die without food, so a new microbial community takes over. Species that live on internal secretions and mucus instead. These microbes produce compounds that prevent infection and maintain the gut's delicate balance. When the animal wakes and begins to eat again, the old microbes return almost instantly, rebuilding the digestive system from within. This microscopic transformation ensures that digestion restarts smoothly, showing that even the tiniest forms of life share in nature's grand rhythm of pause and renewal. Far to the south, in the icy soils of Antarctica, a creature smaller than a grain of rice performs one of nature's most extreme survival acts. The Antarctic midge spends most of its life frozen solid beneath the surface.
To survive, it replaces most of its body water with a concentrated syrup of sugars and alcohols, its own natural antifreeze. This mixture prevents deadly ice crystals from forming inside its cells, preserving its fragile tissues through months of solid ice. When the brief Antarctic summer arrives, the sugars dilute, water returns, and life resumes. But timing is everything. A few hours of unexpected warmth or cold could destroy it completely. Despite its size, this tiny insect embodies one of evolution's most elegant strategies, proving that survival at the edge of absolute cold is not about strength, but about chemistry, patience, and precision. Even in deep dens, bears never sleep entirely. Every few weeks, they rouse gently to shift position, stretch their muscles, or adjust their posture. Hibernation, after all, isn't pure stillness. It's an ongoing dialogue between rest and readiness.
Even buried beneath thick snow, a bear never sleeps completely. Every few weeks, it stirs, muscles stretch, blood begins to flow, and the animal shifts its position to prevent pressure injuries. Sometimes it licks its paws, flexes its limbs, or adjusts its posture, then sinks back into deep torpor. These brief awakenings last only minutes, but they are vital. They maintain muscle tone, stimulate gentle circulation, and preserve life through months of near immobility. Even in the quietest winter, life continues to pulse. Beyond Earth, hibernation might protect explorers from deadly radiation. Outside our planet's magnetic shield, cosmic rays slice through tissues and break DNA. Scientists imagine slowing human metabolism, mimicking torpor, to give the body more time to repair damage. Cooling the body could reduce harmful oxygen radicals amplified by radiation. Future spacecraft may cycle astronauts between short periods of torpor and waking, aligning sleep with solar storms. Animal studies already show that induced torpor can protect against both radiation and inflammation. For long journeys to Mars or beyond, hibernation may become an essential tool, a delicate dance between biology and silence. Even the brain changes during torpor. Electrical waves slow, synchronizing into patterns that resemble deep meditation or dreamless sleep in humans. Regions that govern memory and emotion remain lightly active, while sensory processing quiets. The brain uses far less energy, but preserves its structure perfectly. When the animal wakes, no learning or identity is lost. This hints at possibilities for human medicine, protecting brains after trauma, during surgery, or even during prolonged space travel. Within hibernation, awareness and stillness coexist in a perfect living calm. Animals often return to the same hibernation sites year after year. The right den can mean life or death. Bears select slopes that drain meltwater. Bats memorize the acoustic signature of humid caves. Turtles and snakes find the same burrows through chemical and magnetic cues. Some mountain dens have hosted hibernators for centuries, polished smooth by generations of quiet breathing. Hibernation, then, is not just biology, it is an annual homecoming, a return to a remembered stillness embedded in the earth. Hibernation demonstrates how life can pause time itself. Metabolism slows to near zero, heartbeats and breathing almost stop, and chemical reactions that normally age tissues nearly halt. Cells that might die in hours remain alive for months. Organs, muscles, and brains rest without decay. When activity resumes, the animal experiences no sense of the passing weeks or months. Every heartbeat conserved, every molecule left unspent, adds to longevity. In this suspended state, rest becomes a form of immortality, the clock of life bending to patience. High in the Australian Alps, pygmy possums vanish under alpine snow. Retreating into burrows and rock crevices, they slip into torpor so deep
their bodies nearly match the icy world above. The snow is not an enemy, it is insulation, a protective blanket that stabilizes the frozen air beneath. Heartbeats and breaths slow to whispers, while fat reserves sustain them when nectar and insects disappear. On rare warm days, they stir, groom themselves, sip meltwater, and then return to stillness. When spring finally arrives, their awakening coincides perfectly with flowers blooming and insects swarming. Survival here depends not on strength, but on patience and perfect timing. Even the smallest life forms hibernate. Certain bacteria, trapped in ancient salt crystals deep underground, can survive for geological ages. Enclosed in brine with almost no water or nutrients, their metabolism drops to near zero. For centuries, sometimes millennia, these microbes lie in stasis, yet when conditions improve, they awaken and resume life as if no time has passed. Hibernation is more than sleep. It is survival, strategy, and the art of waiting. From alpine possums to salt crystal microbes, it is life's quiet promise: rest, endure, and rise again. Protective sugars and specialized proteins stabilize membranes and DNA, while salt acts as a preservative, blocking enzymes that could cause damage. When scientists carefully dissolve ancient salt crystals in sterile conditions, some cells awaken and begin dividing as if time itself had been paused. Life, it seems, can be written not only into tissues but into minerals, waiting patiently for the right moment to resume. These resilient microbes are not ghosts of the past. They are patient travelers, preserved in stone, ready to rejoin the living world with a single drop of water. Similar refuges may exist on other planets where evaporated seas once concentrated minerals. Melatonin synchronizes hibernation with shortening days. As autumn approaches, eyes and deep brain sensors signal the pineal gland. Nights are growing longer. In response, the gland releases melatonin in extended pulses, guiding metabolism, appetite, and fat conversion. White fat shifts into heat-generating brown fat, while brain clock genes adjust daily rhythms towards seasonal timing. Sleep, hormone release, and body temperature all drift into a winter cadence. Artificial light can delay this process, showing how exquisitely tuned the system is to natural dawn and dusk. In this context, melatonin is not a sleep drug. It is a calendar written in light and darkness, instructing the body when to wait and when to wake. Induced hibernation has been achieved in laboratory mammals. Animals that do not naturally hibernate can be coaxed into torpor through carefully controlled cooling and targeted chemical cues. By lowering body temperature and slowing heart rate and breathing, researchers reduce oxygen demand, quiet inflammation, and protect organs from injury. After a set period, warmth and supportive care return the animals to full activity, memory, and coordination intact. This is no folklore. It is a repeatable demonstration of how flexible mammalian physiology can be when guided gently. The implications stretch far beyond the lab. One day, surgeons could preserve tissues during complex operations, and rescuers could stabilize trauma patients during long transports. Nature has already opened the door to deliberate, reversible stillness. Parasites mirror the seasonal rhythms of their hosts. A winter den or burrow is an ecosystem, not a solitary refuge. Ticks slow their metabolism, waiting for warmth and carbon dioxide. Fleas in nests pause development until vibration and humidity signal the return of life. Intestinal worms halt feeding and reproduction to avoid harming a sleeping host. Even microscopic protozoa enter cyst forms to survive low oxygen and cold. When the host awakens, the entire micro-community revives in synchrony. Alignment ensures survival for all. Too hungry a parasite would harm its host, too slow a host would endanger the parasite's lineage. Weather cues can fine-tune torpor. Animals do not read calendars, they read air, soil, and sky. A warm spill in late autumn can delay entry, giving hibernators time to build fat reserves. An early cold snap can trigger accelerated dormancy, forcing energy-saving processes before food truly disappears. Barometric shifts, humidity, and wind patterns all act as subtle signals. Precision matters. Enter torpor too early, and reserves run out before spring. Enter too late, and storms waste precious energy. Survival belongs to those who listen to the seasons. Desert snails exemplify stillness and architecture. When heat turns soil to powder, these snails retreat into shells and seal themselves with hardened mucus and calcium, a protective lid that locks in moisture. Their metabolism drops to a fraction of normal, heartbeats slow, and oxygen demand nearly vanishes. While the desert roasts above, inside their tiny chambers remains cool and humid. Some species survive months this way, awakening only when rare rains arrive. At the first touch of moisture, they dissolve the seal, emerge, and feed with urgency before the sun returns. They are living flasks, proof that stillness and design can outlast even the harshest drought. Bears emerge in spring with perfectly timed newborns. Inside the winter den, mothers have spent months in near silence, nursing cubs and maintaining life quietly. The moment she steps into daylight is never accidental. It is chosen carefully, aligned with snowmelt, terrain conditions, and survival. Timing is life.
She rises when early vegetation sprouts and fresh food becomes accessible, ensuring her rich milk can sustain the cubs without exhausting her. The young are no longer fragile. They cling, crawl, and explore every hour outdoors. This schedule is written into hormones long before winter begins. Embryo implantation is delayed until the mother has sufficient fat reserves, so birth aligns perfectly with the season, offering the best chance of survival. The family appears as if conjured by warmth, yet it is the careful accounting of a body that never stopped planning. Cryogenic preservation could one day bridge centuries and worlds. Hibernation proves life can be slowed safely. Cryonics pushes further, aiming to stop motion entirely by cooling tissues to extreme cold, where chemistry nearly ceases. Ice is the challenge. Sharp crystals can shred cells unless protective agents guide water into safe forms or vitrify it into a glass-like state. Researchers have preserved embryos and small tissues this way for years and revived them intact. The dream grows larger. Organs, then whole bodies held long enough to cross distances or await cures. Lessons from freeze-tolerant frogs and antifreeze-bearing fish guide modern cryoprotectants and protocols. Ethical questions loom, but the science is clear. Pause life without breaking it, and time itself becomes a landscape to traverse. Hibernation whispers the secret, cryonics seeks to speak it aloud. The smallest heartbeats on Earth belong to creatures that sleep to survive. In deep torpor, hearts become metronomes set to the slowest possible tempo. A hummingbird, whose flight heart races faster than any mammal, drops to a faint pulse at night to conserve life. Bats can hang for hours between breaths, hearts ticking just enough to feed their cooling brains. Ground squirrels let minutes stretch between beats during midwinter, yet still deliver oxygen where it is needed. This shrinking of rhythm is not weakness, it is mastery. Each beat pumps fuller blood with slower strokes, maintaining tissues at the edge of silence without crossing it. When warmth returns, the metronome winds up again and complex behaviors resume within minutes. The lesson is profound. Survival depends not only on how fast a heart can race, but on how patiently it can wait. Arctic ground squirrels reach near freezing states with unmatched resilience. In the tundra, they endure darkness and temperatures far below zero by surrendering to cold in deliberate cycles. Body temperature drops below the freezing point of water, yet intracellular ice never forms.
Every few weeks they briefly awaken, shivering to restore balance, flush waste, and prepare for the next bout of stillness. Heartbeats drop to mere beats per minute, breathing slows to a whisper, and brain activity fades but never disappears. This controlled rhythm conserves energy like no other strategy in the animal kingdom. When warmth returns, the squirrels awaken fully, resuming life as if months of near death had passed in a single dream. Hibernation may have inspired ancient myths of death and rebirth. Long before biology was understood, people noticed animals vanishing with winter and returning with spring. Snakes, bears, and frogs became symbols of cycles and renewal, woven into stories and rituals that honored life's seasonal pauses. The reality behind the wonder is simple: a heartbeat slowed to near silence, a breath waiting for warmth, a life folding inward and blooming again. Hibernation offered early storytellers proof that endings are not always final, and that within sleep, life rehearses the art of beginning anew. Microscopic rotifers take dormancy to the extreme. When their ponds, mosses, or soil dry, they release protective sugars, curl into tiny beads, and lose nearly all body water. Metabolism halts entirely. In this glass-like state, they can endure radiation, heat, and the passage of years. When moisture returns, they rehydrate, repair damaged molecules, and move again within hours. Experiments have revived rotifers from decades-old dried samples, demonstrating a dormancy that borders on immortality. This extreme survival strategy, called anhydrobiosis, relies on perfect molecular packing to protect cell structures during dehydration. Rotifers prove hibernation need not rely on cold or a heartbeat. It can exist as pure stillness, a pause in time, waiting only for a drop of water to awaken movement. Specialized proteins protect hibernators from cold-induced damage. When temperatures plunge, ice crystals become deadly knives, slicing through cell membranes. Many species have evolved proteins that prevent this, safeguarding life through the harshest winters.
Specialized antifreeze and heat shock proteins act like molecular guardians. They attach to ice as it begins to form, halting its spread. Others stabilize enzymes, preventing them from misfolding under stress. In frogs, insects, and fish, these molecules form an invisible armor that allows tissues to cool near freezing without rupture. Scientists have identified similar compounds in Arctic and Antarctic species, now applied to organ preservation and crop frost resistance. Inside the body, these proteins work silently, holding delicate shapes together through long winters, a biochemical ballet of stability in a world that should shatter. The beauty lies in its simplicity, molecules teaching matter to stay calm until warmth returns. The timing of hibernation is crucial for ecosystems. When animals awaken, they must align with the revival of plants and insects. Bees, bats, and birds that sleep through winter emerge in concert with the bloom of early flowers. This synchronization is so precise that even a shift of a few days can ripple through entire ecosystems. If spring arrives too early or too late, pollinators may find empty air where blossoms should be, and flowers may bloom to silence. Many species rely on cues like soil temperature, day length, and scents released by vegetation to time their reawakening. This delicate coordination is a symphony honed by millions of years of evolution. Hibernation is not only about individual survival, it shapes the renewal of forests, fields, and entire food webs. Each sleeper that rises at the right moment participates in a grand rhythm, feeding the planet's returning light. Brown fat serves as an internal furnace when animals begin to stir. Hidden between muscles and around vital organs, this special tissue burns energy directly into heat. Its mitochondria contain a unique protein that allows chemical energy to escape as warmth rather than motion. As hibernators awaken, hormones ignite this tissue, flooding the bloodstream with heat that reaches the heart and brain first. Within minutes, body temperature rises, breathing quickens, and the animal crosses the threshold from sleep to wakefulness.
Human infants rely on brown fat the same way, staying warm before they can shiver. In hibernators, this furnace is survival itself, a spark hidden deep within, proof that awakening begins not with thought, but with fire rekindled inside the body. Cryogenic science could one day extend human life. Hibernation demonstrates that life can be slowed safely. Cryonics aims to take this further. By cooling tissues to extreme cold under protective conditions, scientists hope to preserve organs, embryos, and eventually whole bodies for future revival. The challenge is ice. Sharp crystals can tear delicate structures unless protective agents guide water into stable, glass-like forms. Lessons from freeze-tolerant frogs, antifreeze fish, and resilient insects inspire new cryoprotective techniques. Already, researchers store human organs and blood for months, and molecular preservation experiments are advancing rapidly. The vision is breathtaking, pausing biological decay and restarting life without loss. It remains a frontier of both promise and ethical debate. Yet every step echoes Earth's oldest winter strategy, the art of waiting for a warmer dawn. In the frozen soils of Antarctica, nematodes demonstrate extreme dormancy. Some awaken after more than 50 years encased in ice, their metabolism effectively non-existent. Protective sugars and proteins shield their cells while permafrost locks them in stillness. When thawed and given moisture, the worms move and feed as if no time had passed. Genetic studies suggest these tiny organisms adapted over millennia to cycles of freezing and thawing, turning dormancy into a survival guarantee. Their revival blurs the line between life and suspension, showing that endurance stretches far beyond what was once imagined. Frozen landscapes, far from lifeless, are vaults of potential waiting patiently beneath the ice. Hibernators can safely cool to near ambient temperature. Ground squirrels may drop just above freezing. Bats in caves may match the chill of surrounding stone. This alignment saves immense energy, but requires molecular precision. Enzymes adapt to function at low temperatures. Membranes remain flexible, and blood flows slowly yet steadily to vital organs. Small bursts of heat from brown fat or shivering gently lift temperatures as needed. The animal transitions effortlessly between stillness and life. Survival lies not in resisting the environment, but in becoming part of it until the world turns kind again. The line between hibernation and estivation is often subtle. Hibernation shields against cold, estivation defends against heat and drought, yet both share the same philosophy: conservation through stillness.
Frogs, snails, and insects in deserts enter a state of dry sleep during the scorching months, sealing moisture within their bodies and slowing metabolism almost to nothing. In some species, the same individual can employ both strategies, sleeping through winter's chill or summer's heat with equal grace. The underlying biochemistry is remarkably similar. Energy stores shift, cellular repair ramps up, and stress responses heighten just before entry. In a changing climate, these dual strategies may overlap more frequently, creating flexible survival systems that let life persist wherever extremes collide. Beneath snow or sand, the principle remains the same. To endure, sometimes one must disappear for a while, waiting for the world to balance itself again. Killifish embryos in African savanna pools provide another stunning example of paused life. Their temporary puddles appear after rain, teem with life, and vanish under the dry sun. Adults live fast, maturing, breeding, and dying within weeks. Their embryos, however, perform a miracle of patience. As the water evaporates, development halts mid-growth, locking cells in suspended animation. They can remain dormant in hardened mud for months or even years, completely motionless, yet perfectly preserved. When rain returns, moisture awakens them, and hatching occurs within days. Genes controlling metabolism, DNA repair, and stress responses switch into hibernation-like states, showing that survival is not only endurance, but knowing precisely when to pause. Hibernation may inspire medical breakthroughs for long surgeries.
During complex procedures, protecting organs when blood flow or oxygen is limited is a critical challenge. Nature already solved this. Hibernators endure months of near stillness without tissue damage. Studies on ground squirrels and bears reveal molecular pathways that suppress inflammation, reduce oxygen demand, and prevent cell death. By mimicking these processes, doctors aim to temporarily slow metabolism in patients, shielding tissues during trauma or intricate surgery. Cooling techniques already applied in cardiac and brain operations hint at the potential. The dream is controlled torpor in humans, offering surgeons more time without harming delicate organs. If realized, it could revolutionize emergency care, space travel, and critical medicine. Hibernation may also have shaped early humans. Prehistoric skeletons from cold caves show seasonal growth interruptions similar to hibernating mammals. Archaeological evidence suggests early humans may have entered low metabolic states during harsh winters, relying on stored fat and communal heat to survive scarcity. Though debated, this theory hints at a latent ability in our biology, a relic of ancient adaptation to glacial hardship. Understanding it could one day unlock methods to slow metabolism or protect the body from extreme conditions, echoing traits once written into our bones. Long torpor phases protect organs from oxygen loss. In hibernation, oxygen consumption drops to a fraction of normal levels, and blood flow slows dramatically, yet organs remain unharmed. Cells switch to survival metabolism, proteins stabilize membranes, antioxidants intensify, and waste recycling becomes highly efficient. Studies on hibernating hamsters, bats, and bears show hearts and brains emerge unscathed even after conditions that would normally cause damage. For humans, harnessing similar control could transform treatment for heart attacks, strokes, or transplants, extending survival windows during critical care. Nature's blueprint for resilience is already written in the quiet rhythm of slowed breaths and sleeping cells that refuse to die. Bears have long symbolized renewal after winter sleep. Across cultures, their emergence from dens signifies the return of life. In Norse mythology, bears were sacred to the goddess of fertility and spring. Native American traditions depict bears as teachers of healing and endurance. In Japan, a bear's waking marks good fortune for harvests. These myths arise from awe at an animal that seems to die each winter only to rise again. The biological truth deepens the wonder. Bears do not truly sleep, but enter controlled torpor, balancing energy and life through months of stillness. When they emerge, they demonstrate that survival can mean surrender as much as struggle. Their rhythm mirrors nature itself, where endings are never final, and the quiet of winter is merely a breath before awakening. Even communal hibernation dens create stable microclimates underground, offering protection and shared warmth, reinforcing the quiet yet vital role of stillness in life's grand design.
Where you can direct a voice, create realistic dialogue, and so much more. Edit these placeholders to get started.
In cold regions, some animals survive winter by gathering together in shared refuges. Ground squirrels, snakes, and bats form colonies in burrows, caves, or crevices where temperatures remain steady and moisture is balanced. The combined body heat of dozens or even hundreds of creatures keeps the environment just above freezing, even when the air outside plunges far lower. The walls absorb and release heat slowly, acting as natural insulation, while the still air maintains oxygen levels without wasting energy. These communal dens are miniature ecosystems of cooperation. Microbes recycle waste, predators are deterred by sheer numbers, and when spring arrives, the stirring of life fills the chamber with warmth and motion. It is one of nature's quietest yet most profound forms of collaboration, survival through shared stillness. Lowering body temperature could also protect human tissues from trauma. Modern medicine already applies this principle in therapeutic hypothermia, cooling patients after cardiac arrest or severe injury to reduce brain and organ damage. This mirrors what hibernators achieve through evolution. As temperatures drop, neurons release fewer excitatory signals, and blood vessels constrict just enough to preserve oxygen. If scientists learn to safely induce deeper metabolic suppression, it could protect patients during surgeries, accidents, or even long-duration space travel. What animals achieve naturally, humans may one day master by design, buying time not with speed, but with the careful art of slowing down. Animals use stored fat as both fuel and insulation. Before hibernation, they gorge themselves to build calorie reserves, layering fat beneath the skin and around organs. As metabolism drops, fat slowly converts into heat and water, maintaining internal balance. Special enzymes in bears and ground squirrels regulate this process, preventing starvation or overheating, and some species adjust fat composition to remain fluid at low temperatures. To these animals, fat is not just fuel, it is a living buffer, a carefully engineered shield between survival and loss. Amphibians sense snow melt through subtle vibrations in the soil. As spring nears, melting ice and shifting ground release faint tremors that frogs and salamanders detect long before the first warm breeze. Sensitive nerve endings trigger hormonal changes, waking metabolism and preparing muscles for movement. By the time the soil softens, they are ready to surface and breed, perfectly aligned with seasonal rhythms. Even in sleep, these creatures listen to the slow heartbeat of the world beneath the snow. Even brief hibernation can reset a stressed body. Some animals, like hummingbirds or certain mice, enter short daily torpor lasting only hours. These micro-rests drastically reduce metabolism, allowing cells to clear waste and repair damage. Experiments show that even brief torpor improves recovery from stress and inflammation. The principle is universal. Whether lasting a night or a season, stillness is medicine, and hibernation is nature's purest form of renewal. Brine shrimp embryos can remain dormant for decades. In the salt flats where water disappears for years, females produce cysts that seal developing embryos inside protective shells. Nearly all moisture is removed and replaced with sugars that stabilize cell membranes and DNA, slowing metabolism to nearly undetectable levels. In this state, they survive radiation, heat, freezing, and the passage of half a century. When water returns, cysts rehydrate, metabolism restarts, and healthy shrimp emerge as though no time has passed. Each awakening is an ancient rebirth, a lesson in endurance written by evolution into one of Earth's tiniest bodies.
Amphibians sense snowmelt through subtle vibrations in the soil. As spring nears, melting ice and shifting ground release faint tremors that frogs and salamanders detect long before the first warm breeze. Sensitive nerve endings trigger hormonal changes, waking metabolism and preparing muscles for movement. By the time the soil softens, they are ready to surface and breed, perfectly aligned with seasonal rhythms. Even in sleep, these creatures listen to the slow heartbeat of the world beneath the snow. Even brief hibernation can reset a stressed body. Some animals, like hummingbirds or certain mice, enter short daily torpor lasting only hours. These micro-rests drastically reduce metabolism, allowing cells to clear waste and repair damage. Experiments show that even brief torpor improves recovery from stress and inflammation. The principle is universal. Whether lasting a night or a season, stillness is medicine, and hibernation is nature's purest form of renewal. Brine shrimp embryos can remain dormant for decades. In the salt flats, where water disappears for years, females produce cysts that seal developing embryos inside protective shells. Nearly all moisture is removed and replaced with sugars that stabilize cell membranes and DNA, slowing metabolism to nearly undetectable levels. In this state, they survive radiation, heat, freezing, and the passage of half a century. When water returns, cysts rehydrate, metabolism restarts, and healthy shrimp emerge as though no time has passed. Each awakening is an ancient rebirth, a lesson in endurance written by evolution into one of Earth's tiniest bodies. Evolution may have shaped hibernation to survive famine, not frost. Long before mammals faced icy winters, early species contended with long seasons without food. Fossil evidence and comparative studies suggest that hibernation first evolved as a defense against scarcity, allowing animals to lower energy use and survive months of deprivation. When the planet eventually cooled, this mechanism adapted seamlessly to winter's chill.
Many modern species still hibernate in response to hunger rather than cold. This origin shifts our understanding of dormancy. Hibernation was not invented for snow, but for scarcity. It is a design for endurance. A system that teaches survival begins when the body learns to need less. Frost simply added another challenge to an ancient solution. Deep hibernation could help humans survive interplanetary travel. Crossing space takes years, not days, and staying fully awake would demand impossible amounts of food and oxygen. Scientists studying hibernation suggest borrowing nature's strategy. By cooling the body and slowing metabolism, astronauts could enter controlled dormancy, using only a fraction of their usual resources. Animal tests show organs tolerate deep torpor safely, and cellular activity may even reduce damage from radiation. Future spacecraft might include torpor chambers that monitor heart rate, temperature, and oxygen automatically, waking crew members for brief intervals before returning them to rest. Long journeys could become manageable cycles of stillness, proving that humanity's first steps beyond Mars may begin not with motion, but with pause. Hibernation may also reveal ways to extend human lifespan. In hibernating species, aging slows dramatically. DNA repair improves, inflammation subsides, and oxidative stress nearly disappears. Organs rest, preserving vitality while activity halts. Compared to related species that remain active year-round, hibernators often live longer, healthier lives. Researchers have identified genes and enzymes activated during torpor that also regulate aging in humans, including proteins controlling stress resistance, metabolism, and cell recycling. By mimicking hibernation safely, medicine may one day extend life through the natural power of rest. Slowing the body gives it time to repair itself at every level, suggesting that deep stillness could become the ultimate form of longevity science. Life in frozen darkness proves that stillness can be strength. Beneath glaciers, inside ancient ice, and in the darkest polar seas, organisms persist in ways that appear motionless but are far from dead. Microbes trapped in ice for thousands of years continued dividing, generations stretching across centuries. Enzymes operate at a whisper,
maintaining structure and balance in crushing cold. By nearly stopping, these organisms waste nothing, surviving where faster species burn out. When conditions improve, life resumes instantly, as if no time had passed. Their frozen patience demonstrates that endurance often belongs to those who know when to wait. Microbial dormancy preserves ancient genes beneath the ice. In permafrost untouched since the last ice age, scientists have revived microbes that slept for tens of thousands of years. Their DNA remained intact, protected by near-complete metabolic shutdown and slow self-repair. When thawed, they awaken, divide, and resume their ancient routines as though centuries had been suspended. Some carry genetic material unlike anything seen today, offering insights into Earth's early evolution. The ice becomes a library, and each microbe a page in the planet's oldest story. Dormancy can safeguard not only life, but history itself. Space agencies are now planning to test human torpor chambers for long missions. Engineers and biologists are designing systems that gently cool the body, regulate metabolism, and monitor every heartbeat and breath. Slowed metabolism reduces oxygen and food requirements, protects against radiation, and eases psychological stress. Animal trials already show prolonged low-temperature states can be endured safely and reversed. Translating these methods to humans could redefine exploration, making the longest journeys possible not through constant activity, but through carefully managed calm. The quiet metabolism of winter life echoes across ecosystems. Though winter seems still, forests, streams, and fields remain alive. Trees slow respiration, roots share nutrients through fungal networks, and insects linger in soil chambers awaiting warmth. Fish rest near pond bottoms where temperatures are stable. Even microbes continue their work at reduced rates. This synchronized slowing preserves energy, minimizes waste, and ensures survival until cycles restart. Winter's silence is a form of balance, a natural agreement that allows life to endure and awaken in harmony, guided by rhythms shaped over millions of years.
Sleep, stasis, and survival merge into a single elegant equation of rest. Across the tree of life, from mammals to insects, rest follows a precise rhythm of renewal. Sleep repairs the mind, torpor preserves the body, and hibernation safeguards the whole organism. Each layer deepens the pause, conserving energy while maximizing recovery. Together, they form nature's complete system of endurance. Even organisms without brains display similar cycles, entering states of dormancy to protect themselves from stress. The boundaries between these forms of rest are fluid, part of a universal strategy that unites all living things. The principle is simple: nothing survives by motion alone. Every heartbeat, every breath, every lifespan depends on a balance between activity and stillness. In this equation, rest is not weakness, it is design. Even in the deepest stillness, life quietly endures through hibernation. Inside a frozen body, cells maintain just enough activity to preserve structure. Chemical signals drift slowly through tissues, keeping the blueprint of function intact. From the outside, the animal appears absent, but within, a delicate molecular orchestra keeps time with the world's slow pulse. When warmth returns, the body awakens as if from a brief nap, memory and function fully intact. Hibernation is not an escape from life. It is a continuation under different rules, showing that survival depends on persistence, not speed. Hibernation could save lives during medical emergencies when oxygen is limited. In cardiac arrest or severe trauma, cells starved of oxygen die within minutes, setting off widespread tissue damage. Hibernating animals endure months with minimal oxygen, protected by profoundly slowed metabolism and specialized proteins that prevent swelling, inflammation, and toxic buildup. Researchers aim to apply these adaptations to humans using cooling and metabolic regulators to stabilize patients during heart failure, organ transport, or battlefield injuries. The principle is simple but revolutionary. Life does not always need constant oxygen. It needs balance long enough to recover. Frozen creatures also inspire cryonics. Wood frogs survive winter by freezing solid. Ice forms throughout their bodies, hearts stop, and blood ceases to flow. Yet they do not die. Before freezing, they flood their cells with glucose and urea, natural antifreeze that prevents crystals from piercing membranes. Metabolism halts, oxygen use drops to zero, and when spring arrives, thawing blood restores circulation, reviving organs in perfect order. Within minutes, the frogs hop away as if nothing happened. Scientists study these mechanisms to preserve organs, extend lifespan, and develop suspended animation. What seems like humble hibernation holds clues to technologies once limited to science fiction. Bears recycle nitrogen from waste to maintain tissue during fasting. For months, they neither eat nor drink, yet muscles, bones, and organs remain intact. Proteins break down, but gut microbes and liver enzymes capture nitrogen and convert it into new amino acids. Muscle mass is preserved, bones stay strong, and kidneys remain clean. Humans confined to bed for weeks would weaken, but bears emerge ready to move and hunt within hours. This remarkable recycling demonstrates that even waste can become nourishment when biology loops energy perfectly. Some animals awaken midwinter to reproduce. Hibernation is not absolute sleep. Hedgehogs, marmots, and ground squirrels rouse briefly to feed, groom, or mate, while frogs and salamanders emerge on frozen ponds to lay eggs. These awakenings are timed by hormones, temperature, and lunar cycles, ensuring offspring hatch when food is abundant. Even in deepest sleep, life listens for opportunity. Hibernation is a living rhythm, making space for survival, love, and renewal amid snow. Hibernating hearts beat to a different rhythm. Electrical activity shifts, creating long pauses between contractions. In bears, the heart drops from 50 beats per minute to fewer than 10, yet circulation remains stable. Specialized proteins maintain strength and prevent clotting. In smaller mammals, hearts can nearly stop, restarting only when triggered by temperature or chemical signals. This extraordinary flexibility protects vital organs and conserves energy in ways human physiology cannot yet replicate.
Studying these cardiac rhythms may help doctors design treatments for heart failure or hypothermia, revealing how the body can adapt to extreme calm without collapse. Hibernation's heartbeat is more than a rhythm. It is a language of control and grace. Each reawakening renews ecosystems with returning movement and sound. When spring sunlight softens frost, hibernators stir beneath soil, ice, and bark. Their return is not only biological, but ecological. Bears scatter seeds, bees resume pollination, and frogs feed on insects that might otherwise overrun the land. The first rustles and chirps mark the restart of food webs after months of dormancy. Even microorganisms awaken in rhythm, decomposing organic matter that fuels new growth. Each awakening triggers the next until forests and fields hum once more. Silence transforms into a symphony. Hibernation does not end in isolation. It ends in coordination. Sleepers rise, systems breathe, and the planet turns toward abundance. Spring may seem sudden to human eyes, a burst of green after long stillness, but beneath that spectacle lies months of preparation. Dormant animals store nutrients that feed young plants, aerate soil, disperse pollen, and regulate populations. The collective effect is a wave of productivity that moves with the sun. Without hibernation, much of this synchrony would collapse. The pause of winter creates the pressure that releases spring's explosion of life. Biology's rhythm of restraint and release, not just weather, powers growth. The stillness of winter is the heartbeat of spring. The physics of hibernation hints at new frontiers for human endurance. In physics, energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. Hibernation embodies this principle. By lowering temperature and slowing metabolism, animals reduce entropy, preserving cellular order with minimal energy. Scientists studying these states see parallels with thermodynamic laws and quantum stability, suggesting that life's endurance may follow both biological and physical rules. Humans who could safely control metabolism and temperature might survive extreme environments, deep space or polar expeditions, by borrowing nature's design, where life nearly stops, yet never fades. Life's oldest survival strategy is not struggle, but patience. Across Earth, and perhaps beyond, hibernation, or something like it, may be universal. It answers the hardest question: how does life endure when conditions turn harsh? On Earth, it appears in mammals, insects, bacteria, and plants. On distant worlds, frozen organisms may sleep for centuries. Even stars cycle through dormancy, cooling and reigniting in cosmic rhythm. Hibernation reflects the universe's deepest truth. Rest and renewal are woven into existence itself. Life's oldest code is the quiet logic of waiting for the next dawn. Even in winter's longest silences, life remembers how to begin again. Seeds, cocoons, and burrows hold memory in chemistry and pattern, guiding reawakening when warmth, light, or rain returns. Flowers bloom in perfect order. Animals emerge when food is ready. Hibernation is memory preserved through patience. The pause between seasons holds the instructions for life's return. Each beginning is rehearsed in stillness first, proving that silence is preparation, not absence. Beneath snow, ice, and soil, life endures. Seeds respond to faint cues of moisture and temperature. Invertebrates shelter in tree bark and leaf litter, insulated by air pockets. Microbes maintain low-level chemistry in thin films of water. In permafrost, cells remain intact, enzymes idle but not destroyed. Together, these hidden systems bank energy for spring. Nutrients stay in place. Predators pause. Prey conserve. When the melt comes, life reactivates with perfect timing. Flowers open as pollinators awaken. Amphibians rise from ponds as insects hatch, and food webs reconnect in days. Hibernation is more than an animal strategy. It is a planetary rhythm. When countless creatures slow their metabolism, ecosystems also slow. Energy is stored for the next awakening. Winter is not dead, it is accounting. The hush of hibernation preserves balance in forests, oceans, and tundra. When spring returns, stored energy bursts into motion, fueling migration, breeding, and renewal. Rest is not absence, it is preparation. A collective breath keeps the living world in tune with the Earth's turning. As winter fades and sleepers stir, hibernation becomes the story of renewal. Beneath quiet, life never stopped. It only waited, gathering strength until the world was ready to move again. Every slowed heartbeat finds its rhythm once more in spring. Every waking creature carries proof that even the deepest silence holds life. The true lesson of hibernation is this: rest is not the end of motion, but part of it. The pause allows energy to return, just as the hush before dawn prepares the air for birdsong. Slowing down is not defeat, it is wisdom written into the bones of the world. Tonight, as you drift into quiet rest, let your breathing fall into the rhythm of the earth. The stillness that holds forests and mountains holds you too. Let the noise of the day fade away. Let your thoughts cool like winter soil waiting for thaw. Somewhere, tiny hearts are waking beneath the snow. Somewhere deep within you, life waits to begin again in its own time. Good night.
Studying these cardiac rhythms may help doctors design treatments for heart failure or hypothermia, revealing how the body can adapt to extreme calm without collapse. Hibernation's heartbeat is more than a rhythm. It is a language of control and grace. Each reawakening renews ecosystems with returning movement and sound. When spring sunlight softens frost, hibernators stir beneath soil, ice, and bark. Their return is not only biological, but ecological. Bears scatter seeds, bees resume pollination, and frogs feed on insects that might otherwise overrun the land. The first rustles and chirps mark the restart of food webs after months of dormancy. Even microorganisms awaken in rhythm, decomposing organic matter that fuels new growth. Each awakening triggers the next until forests and fields hum once more. Silence transforms into a symphony. Hibernation does not end in isolation. It ends in coordination. Sleepers rise, systems breathe, and the planet turns toward abundance. Spring may seem sudden to human eyes, a burst of green after long stillness, but beneath that spectacle lies months of preparation. Dormant animals store nutrients that feed young plants, aerate soil, disperse pollen, and regulate populations. The collective effect is a wave of productivity that moves with the sun. Without hibernation, much of this synchrony would collapse. The pause of winter creates the pressure that releases spring's explosion of life. Biology's rhythm of restraint and release, not just weather, powers growth. The stillness of winter is the heartbeat of spring. The physics of hibernation hints at new frontiers for human endurance. In physics, energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. Hibernation embodies this principle. By lowering temperature and slowing metabolism, animals reduce entropy, preserving cellular order with minimal energy. Scientists studying these states see parallels with thermodynamic laws and quantum stability, suggesting that life's endurance may follow both biological and physical rules. Humans who could safely control metabolism and temperature might survive extreme environments, deep space or polar expeditions, by borrowing nature's design, where life nearly stops, yet never fades. Life's oldest survival strategy is not struggle, but patience. Across Earth, and perhaps beyond, hibernation, or something like it, may be universal. It answers the hardest question: how does life endure when conditions turn harsh? On Earth, it appears in mammals, insects, bacteria, and plants. On distant worlds, frozen organisms may sleep for centuries.
Even stars cycle through dormancy, cooling and reigniting in cosmic rhythm. Hibernation reflects the universe's deepest truth. Rest and renewal are woven into existence itself. Life's oldest code is the quiet logic of waiting for the next dawn. Even in winter's longest silences, life remembers how to begin again. Seeds, cocoons, and burrows hold memory in chemistry and pattern, guiding reawakening when warmth, light, or rain returns. Flowers bloom in perfect order. Animals emerge when food is ready. Hibernation is memory preserved through patience. The pause between seasons holds the instructions for life's return. Each beginning is rehearsed in stillness first, proving that silence is preparation, not absence. Beneath snow, ice, and soil, life endures. Seeds respond to faint cues of moisture and temperature. Invertebrates shelter in tree bark and leaf litter, insulated by air pockets. Microbes maintain low-level chemistry in thin films of water. In permafrost, cells remain intact, enzymes idle but not destroyed. Together, these hidden systems bank energy for spring. Nutrients stay in place. Predators pause. Prey conserve. When the melt comes, life reactivates with perfect timing. Flowers open as pollinators awaken, amphibians rise from ponds as insects hatch, and food webs reconnect in days. Hibernation is more than an animal strategy. It is a planetary rhythm. When countless creatures slow their metabolism, ecosystems also slow. Energy is stored for the next awakening. Winter is not dead, it is accounting. The hush of hibernation preserves balance in forests, oceans, and tundra. When spring returns, stored energy bursts into motion, fueling migration, breeding, and renewal. Rest is not absence, it is preparation. A collective breath keeps the living world in tune with the Earth's turning. As winter fades and sleepers stir, hibernation becomes the story of renewal. Beneath quiet, life never stopped. It only waited, gathering strength until the world was ready to move again. Every slowed heartbeat finds its rhythm once more in spring. Every waking creature carries proof that even the deepest silence holds life. The true lesson of hibernation is this: rest is not the end of motion, but part of it. The pause allows energy to return, just as the hush before dawn prepares the air for birdsong. Slowing down is not defeat, it is wisdom written into the bones of the world. Tonight, as you drift into quiet rest, let your breathing fall into the rhythm of the earth. The stillness that holds forests and mountains holds you too. Let the noise of the day fade away. Let your thoughts cool like winter soil waiting for thaw. Somewhere, tiny hearts are waking beneath the snow. Somewhere deep within you, life waits to begin again in its own time. Good night.